there is a place that has seen more than many cities. Gorzanów Palace, a witness to 5 centuries and one of the most beautiful stories that is still happening today. It all started in the 16th century. Heinrich von Ratschin built a Renaissance defensive manor here, strong, heavy, ready to protect its owners. But that was only the beginning. 100 years later, Count Johann Friedrich von Herberstein turned the manor into what you see today, a grand Baroque palace and the cultural heart of the whole region. For almost 300 years, the palace belonged to the Herberstein family. This was its golden age. There was a court theatre here, concerts filled the rooms, balls were held, and aristocrats came from all over Europe. People lived here, people created here. Then came the 20th century, and it was not kind. War, nationalization, abandonment. From the 1960s, the palace slowly fell into ruin, and its story seemed to be ending. It seemed to be. Because today, step by step, room by room, fresco by fresco, Gorzanów Palace is coming back to life. Slowly, with great effort, but with a passion you can really feel. And this is where its greatest treasures are hidden. Baroque frescoes that cover the walls and ceilings of the main halls. Renaissance paintings on wooden ceilings which survived by a miracle, something truly unique in the whole country. But the real wow moment waits in the Sala Terrena, the room that once led out to the garden. The stucco work is so rich, so precise, that it is hard to believe human hands made it. Here, time stands still. And outside, the park, and the grotto which you simply cannot miss. Gorzanów Palace is not a dead monument behind glass. It is a place that is alive. There are concerts, theatre shows, outdoor events, and the night tours stay in your memory for years. And if you want to stay longer, you can, because you can sleep in the palace. From 160 to 430 zloty per night, this is not a 5-star hotel, it is something much better. It is a night in a real palace, with walls that remember the 16th century. The entrance ticket? It is a small donation, 30, 40 zloty, and the money goes straight to saving this place. A guided tour takes 1 or 2 hours. The Google rating is 4.5 out of 5, and it is easy to understand why. Gorzanów Palace is not only history, it is history that is writing its next chapter right now. And if you have ever wanted to be part of something truly beautiful, this is the moment. But here is something most people do not know. To build this palace, Count Herberstein did not hire local craftsmen. He brought Italian masters all the way to this quiet Silesian valley. Architects like Lorenzo Nicello and Andrea Carove, men who knew the secrets of Roman and Venetian palaces. Imagine it. Italian artists, far from home, working for years on the ceilings, the stairs, the courtyards. And they created something truly unique. Gorzanów is the only palace in Silesia with 3 courtyards. 3. Over 100 rooms. Almost 3,500 square meters. This was not just a home. This was a statement. And the theatre? It has its own story. A love story, actually. In the early 19th century, Count Johann Friedrich von Herberstein fell in love with a woman named Eleonora Petrelli. She was an actress from Berlin. For a count, this was a scandal. Aristocrats did not marry actresses, but he did. And he did something even more shocking. He built a real theatre inside his palace, and he made her the director, a woman, running a theatre. In 1816, something that was almost unheard of in Europe at that time. For 28 years, plays were performed here 3 times a week. Operas, dramas, comedies. And here is the most beautiful part. The Count invited not only nobles, but also local villagers. Farmers came in their traditional folk costumes and sat next to aristocrats. In this room, under these ceilings, worlds met that were never supposed to meet. One of the guests of this theatre was a young man named Karl von Holtei. He was a German romantic writer, and it was here, in Gorzanów, that he wrote his first poems in the Silesian dialect. Inside these walls, a literary voice was born, a voice that still echoes in Silesian culture today. When the Herbersteins left, the palace fell into the hands of the state. And then, something terrible happened. Everything valuable was taken away. Furniture, paintings, even the radiators were torn from the walls. Windows were broken, tiles were ripped from the floors. People who lived in these rooms after the war did not know they were destroying a treasure. For decades, nobody cared. The palace was dying in silence. Then, in 2012, something changed. A foundation was created. A small group of people decided this palace would not die. They had no big budget, no state support, just passion. And year by year, they are bringing it back, slowly. But they are winning.
Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and also that you will know something about Poland. Special, I will focus in my videos about the Dolny Śląsk, Silesia. This is a region where I'm living, and probably I will spend as much time here because you know it's like very easy to just go for the trip, like few hours trip. So probably you will see a lot of stuff, and I really hope that you will enjoy Polish vibe, and this is what I can present to you, that you can see our history and architecture and how we actually spending time. So thank you for that. Just remember to subscribe my channel. Then we will see very often. So thank you. Bye bye.